In the early 20th century, Newfoundland was not yet part of Canada. It was a self-governing dominion of the British Empire. And when war broke out in 1914, it answered the call. Despite its small population, Newfoundland's contributions to World War I were both heroic and heartbreaking. Mobilizing for war. When Britain declared war on Germany in August 1914, Newfoundland joined the Allied effort without hesitation. The government quickly began recruiting for what would become the Newfoundland Regiment. Men from all over the island, fishermen, clerks, farmers, stepped forward to enlist. Within weeks, hundreds had volunteered. In addition to infantry troops, Newfoundland also contributed to the Royal Naval Reserve, where Newfoundlanders with maritime experience served aboard British warships. Others were sent to Scotland as part of the Newfoundland Forestry Corps, helping provide the timber needed for trench construction and war infrastructure. The Gallipoli Campaign. The Newfoundland Regiment's first major deployment was to Gallipoli in 1915, part of a British campaign to open a new front and seize control of the Dardanelles. The regiment endured harsh conditions, disease, and fierce Ottoman resistance. Though their casualties were not as high here as they would later be, Gallipoli tested the mettle of Newfoundland's soldiers and earned them their first battle honors. The tragedy at Beaumont-Hamel. But it was on the Western Front where Newfoundland would suffer its greatest loss. On July 1, 1916, the first day of the Battle of the Somme, the Newfoundland Regiment was ordered to attack the heavily fortified German lines at Beaumont-Hamel. The result was catastrophic. Advancing over open ground, the regiment was met with relentless machine gun fire. Of the 801 men who went into battle, only 68 answered roll call the next day. The rest were dead, wounded, or missing. It was one of the deadliest days in Newfoundland's history. To this day, July 1st is not only Canada Day in Newfoundland and Labrador, it is also Memorial Day, marked by solemn remembrance of the tragedy at Beaumont-Hamel, continued service and sacrifice. Despite the devastating losses, the Newfoundland Regiment was reinforced and continued to fight bravely on the Western Front. They participated in key battles, including Goudecourt, Monchy-le-Preux, and Cambrai, earning the nickname the Blue Putties for their distinctive uniform. By the end of the war, over 12,000 Newfoundlanders had served overseas. That number represented a significant portion of the Dominion's male population, roughly 1 in 4 men of military age. The human cost was immense. More than 1,300 were killed and thousands more wounded. Newfoundland's sacrifice in World War I is not forgotten. The Beaumont-Hamel Newfoundland Memorial in France stands as a tribute to those who fell. The site, preserved as it was after the battle, includes the trenches and terrain where the regiment fought and died. In 1949, when Newfoundland joined Canada as its 10th province, it brought with it a proud military history forged in the crucible of the First World War. Today, Newfoundlanders continue to honor their ancestors through commemorations, education, and remembrance. From Gallipoli to Beaumont-Hamel, the story of Newfoundland in the Great War is one of courage, sacrifice, and an unbreakable spirit. It's a chapter in history that deserves to be told and never forgotten.